Hey guys, so I got my travel set all set up. Kind of hard to see. Got some Faber-Castell polychromos, and then I've just got a small sketchbook in there. If you want a more in-depth video, let me know, but I figured it'd just be repetitive. So I showed you a lot of what's in there last video. So, ooh, sorry, I'm knocking the camera around. Still kind of experimenting with camera setup. But for today's video, I thought we would test out our little watercolor palette here and our travel brushes. So yeah, we would just hang out and do a quick painting or so, and all these brushes set out there. I really haven't done too much. I did like a little swatch of the watercolor, but I've not done much at all. So I'm trying to make it so you can see what I'm doing. Take some of that and I like that mixing here. It's nice and smooth. They're watching the video. Next room. So you might be able to hear some of that. I don't know. These are pretty impressed with the paint so far. They're nicely pigmented. It's my first time using Daniel Smith watercolors, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I know it's a popular brand and a lot of artists use them. Mixing area cleaned up a little bit. I might a little bit of that brown in there. Okay. Turn down the yellow. Got some of this dark yellow. I think technically the name is gumbage or something like that. I don't know. I call it yellow. Let's get some of that bright yellow. I do like that yellow. I'm using 140-pound watercolor paper. And the paints right now, they're mostly dry. Still a little sticky. I'm not sure how dry they're gonna get. Not sure on that one at all. So this is something I'll have to keep you posted on, I guess. Just a touch of brown. So this is behind these I have 2 petals, this one right here. So such a shadow there. Oops, and I'm totally outside of line. It's okay. There we go. My chair's so noisy. Or this light yellow. I'm just gonna refer to these as light and dark yellow. To me, the names of the color doesn't really matter that much as the value versus a lighter color or a darker color. Darken this up just a shade of this. I'm not being too particular about, getting everything in the line. I could see how if you had, remember you're doing a ton of painting in one setting, that you want to bring extra tubes with you because, well, this palette's really cute. It doesn't hold a ton of paint. I mean, it held more than I was expecting. Obviously, small palette, small amount of paint. There. So. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with these watercolors so far. Mostly what I tend to work in is acrylic paint and colored pencil. I feel like I go in phases where I'll do a bunch of colored pencil and then, I'll get bored with that and then I'll start doing a bunch of like acrylic paint. When I get bored of acrylic paint, I'll move on to watercolor. It just kind of, it varies quite a bit. I always like different mediums just because you can get so many different results and it keeps things interesting. Learning how one medium works versus another medium. I haven't switched up brushes, so let's grab a bigger brush. I'm using that small brush and really oops, making a mess over here. Let me test it out in the other side. I figured the bigger brush would say for the leaves in the background. I really do like the feel of a smaller brush though. I mean, it's not super small. It's like So number 4. Ooh, a little too dark there. This on at an angle, so everything's gonna run down a little bit, and that's okay. We're not going for perfect. We're just kind of playing around and testing out these colors and just having fun. Recently got into the red a little bit, but not a bad look. I do think I'm going to go back with that smaller brush and a little bit better control. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting that camera. Kind of just letting it flow. It's like slide down and stuff. Just letting it do its thing. Not going for a real super detail or just putting some paint on the paper and having some fun. Kind of blend that in a little bit. I'm just in that weird angle here. Oop, I keep hitting that tripod. paint on our brush here. Here we go. All we have left are the leaves and the background. I haven't decided what I want to do for background. But let's switch to the big brush here. Let's mix this up some green. I should put the clip on. Oh. I would edit that out, but we haven't learned to edit yet. I'm just getting a little bit of both blues. And let's just get like a touch of brown. Kind of tone down that green a little bit with it. Ooh. There we go. Oh, and you can't see a thing. I'm trying to get this where you can see it, but got a hot little mess right now. We got brown leading to the yellow. It's the only problem when they're so close together like that. Colors bleed into one another. So if you're really OCD about your canvas, this probably wouldn't be the best canvas for you. Okay. Really bright green there. There we go. Let's tone her down a little bit. It holds a ton of water. I really wouldn't advise this small brush with that small, this larger brush with that small of a canvas. It is, my yellow has turned to green on this one side. This should be fine. I can go in and clean it up. Add some more paint to it. Yeah. Get paper towel. Rub it off a little bit. You really see what I'm trying to do, but it's me. Let's get some more green made up here. Yellow, but not blue. We'll go into our dark yellow here. Too bright. Some brown. Turn it down and mix right over it. Too dark. Don't worry. Oh, that lighter yellow there. For me, I just kind of play around with the color mix until I get something I like. So it's not really a scientific method there. And I got into the petal, but that's okay. I do like that brush. It holds quite a bit. For a normal size palette, that brush would work excellent, but this brush right here is for this small of a palette, which makes total sense, is it's almost too big. All right, so let's do like a bluish green background here. We'll just take, oh, there we go. Thought I was gonna completely drop everything. Okay, we'll just go into this blue, this blue. It's in the water here. A little bit more water on our brush. We'll just go over the top here. Just keep adding water. It's 140 pounds, so I could take a fair amount of water. It's not like I think it's a Canson watercolor paper, I think. So it's not like super expensive watercolor paint or anything. Nothing too crazy. Let's take this smaller brush here. Let's go in between these petals. In the background here, you know, my one yellow, it's already gonna be filled. I got a little mess over here. But you know, if you're just doing a quick small sketch for, you know, travel, it actually would work pretty good. Like I said, you might bring spare tube or two of the color you use a lot of, but you know, it's not too bad. It's not like you're gonna get like a ton of paintings. It's not like, I don't know, the sketchbook I have is smaller than this, so yeah. Switch back to the bigger brush here in a second, once we get everything kind of outlined. I'm just going back and forth between those two blues. Can't see it, but off camera I have spilled water everywhere. And I keep spilling it. Alright. Oh, I got that cleaned up. Mostly. But let's continue. Just switched to this medium-sized brush. This one's a nice compromise between the two. One smaller one and the bigger one. Yeah, and this is just a, like I've said, keep saying, but this is just a quick, fun little paint. It's not made to be super detailed. You could with these paints. These are seem to be like really nice paints. Yeah, just kind of a fun little group of colors. You can do quite a bit with just these 8 colors here. I mean, you don't need to you don't need a ton of paints to make a good painting. It doesn't take a ton of different colors. As we have the 3 primary colors. Ooh, I just did a really bad job of going around that. That's okay. This is that's gonna drip. But I feel like if anybody watches this video and they're OCD, I'm gonna be really stressing them out right now. I'm just successfully making a mess over here. That's okay. You know, you gotta have fun with art. You can't get too uptight with it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this little brush to grab the color. On the palette. I take this big brush, get some water loaded on it, and just soak up everything off the palette. Do it that way. It's gonna be a little bit longer of a video. I haven't really figured out editing yet, so I just film everything straight through and then go for it, you know? I probably should have got other papers behind this one. I probably should have taped it off or something. I don't know. So cool, like tape reveal. Don't worry, I'll clean up this palette a little bit. Maybe off camera though. Yeah, so there we are. They're a little tusk painting. Like I said, it's not really a masterpiece. It's just a little quick painting to test out the watercolors, and I really pretty impressed so far with them. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.